All right, so I'm going to talk about some games I played this year. There weren't a lot. I don't really play games that much because like games require time and effort. Maybe when I accrue like a fuck ton of vacation, I'll take like a week off in like May and I'll just play like video games for a week. But I'm not quite there yet, so here we are. It's just me, and so I punched out the PS5. I don't want to fuck with PS5. Punched out the PlayStation like a couple times this year. So we're gonna talk about a few of the games I was playing last year on that. So we'll start off with Death Stranding. First of all, I didn't finish the game, so we're not gonna go too strongly on it, but I have about like 20 hours into the game, which is not enough to complete it. So the gameplay is like literally walking around. Like I thought it was like a joke at first, but like your controls, like all of the buttons, all the sticks, everything is just you moving, and it's just like I get it, but like why? Who said this was a good idea? This is Hideo Kojima needs. He's gonna become George Lucas if this keeps happening, because like yes, the story is good. Yes, the plot is there, right? The ideas are there, right? They're just not executed in a way that me personally I would sign off on. Maybe someone likes them. What the fuck is happening? But I really struggle to play that game. Not because it's just not that much fun. I think I might finish it though, because the story is so fucking confusing. I just kind of want to know what happens, and I'd rather play the game to get to the story than to just watch a video on it, because video game story videos are just something I'm never interested in. Not rated out of 10. We'll come back to it next year. But another game I played, and this one was kind of good, was 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. So 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is a game. Basically, it's a game where there's like 13 characters, and each of them has like a little plot line, and you just play as each of the 13 plot lines, and you kind of swap from character to character. So it's kind of like Pulp Fiction meets Terminator meets Groundhog Day. In a way, it's way more vague than that though. But the story is like actually crazy. It's kind of fun. Like I bought it and I thought it was like an RTS like RPG kind of game, because that is like a bulk of like huge gamer stuff in it. You know, it's like an RPG kind of thing, and it's kind of like tower defense a little bit, not really, but like it's like all fun, and it's like a micro game. I would never pay $60 for this, but for $20, it's totally worth playing. I really didn't know what it was. The plot did kind of go crazy. The gameplay was kind of fun. Like the sound, really the soundtrack is super good. And so for that, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It's passable. You might not like it, but it's certainly not for everyone. The other game I played last year was on the PlayStation, was Persona 5 Strikers. And so like I really liked Persona 5, and I played all the other fucking games. So now I'm in too deep. I have to start playing the shitty spin-offs now. But like the plot sucked in this game, and it was too forced. And it was like a sequel of like Persona 5. But the problem was I played it after Royal, and so like I played Royal like 2 years ago, and I played this game last year, right? And then so it's like basically like everyone says it's like Hyrule Warriors, and I've never played that game, but it probably is. And I really don't play those kinds of games where it's just like trash mob mowing. But like I got it on sale. It's really short, but you can kind of turn off your brain and chill. The gameplay's like kind of fun. It was really confusing to me at first. It did take me like 5 hours to like really figure out what the fuck was going on. So like I beat the game, right? The game's not that long. You could probably beat this game in like a day, like casually, right? Casual players, like if you have like a whole Saturday, you turn the game on at 8 a.m. You go to bed like 10 p.m. You could finish it. And so like I was watching like some really good TV at the same time as I was playing this game. Yeah, but like the merciless mode goes crazy. Persona 5 Strikers is like a 7.5 out of 10. So it's good, but it's nothing crazy. But the merciless mode kind of does go crazy. And then next up, we can go to Switch games. So we're gonna start this off insane recency bias. So for Pokemon Violet, holy fuck, Game Freak, I'm kind of disappointed. I'm kind of mad. My brain hurts when I play the game. It's so laggy. There's so much bullshit that just creeps in, creeps out. Like, I get a headache when I play the game, and it probably is just me because others beat the game in like fucking 2 days because they have nothing better to do. I do have something better to do than to play this game. And I'm not even like done with the game, but I'll finish it soon, maybe. But yeah, again, we'll have to give this an NA out of 10, but it's looking poor. Maybe they'll add some DLC and I'll like play the shit out of the game. And another Switch game I played was Link's Awakening. So Link's Awakening for the Switch, it's a Switch version of a Game Boy Color version of a Game Boy game. That's a Legend of Zelda game, and it's kind of crazy how it's come so far, but like the game looks incredible. I really like the art style they went for this game, where everything looks like a fucking toy, because what they worked with was like a guy vomiting on a Game Boy screen, and I don't even blame them for that, because you can't make this look good. And I know people born like fucking like 1997 and they're trying to pretend to be 30 years old and be like, oh, this is fantastic at the time. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, it doesn't look that great. And but like this looks really good, and it's really, from what I can tell, is really true to the original. A lot of, and it's got a lot of that really, like, if you played those older Zelda games, like, they're like full of like random bullshit where it's like, go here, do this thing, figure it out. And this game has that, and they put the telephone people in. There's like telephone huts, there's like little hint huts in the game, and like, my god, those are necessary, because I'll be honest, I'd use them a few times, because I would like play the game, I'd stop playing for 2 weeks and I'd forget what happened, and I don't want to restart a save file like that. But you know, it's like short and simple. It's nothing crazy. I think I beat it with a playtime of probably like 35 hours ish, which is, I would think long. If I just wanted to beat the game, I could probably get it down to like way less than that, clearly. But yeah, it's a fun game. You know, I like Zelda games. So what can I say? We can go into the bad games I played this year. This game's terrible, and I don't want to get into it. I've already made a video about it on my channel, but like, Overwatch 2 is a shit game. Hot take, Overwatch 2 ruined gaming. Mitch can cope all he wants. Overwatch 2 didn't save gaming. It just gave everyone another thing to fucking fight about. This game fucking sucks. Like, I am not good at first person shooters at all, but this game is like incredibly punishing to people who have a life and don't want to spend hours and hours of like fucking training and playing shooter games and fucking whatever. And it's just like you have to memorize all the characters, you have to memorize all the abilities, you have to hit all of the abilities frame perfectly. Every character is hard. None of them are fucking easy, and if they're easy, they're boring as fuck to play, so you never pick them if you played games to have fun, right? So it's just like, stop playing this. Oh, 2 out of 10. It's a fucking shit game. And like, I hate Overwatch 2, but like, it's fucking Eco. Eco is a fucking scam, dude. Like, it's the worst sim game of all time. They take essentially what would happen in a Minecraft game, and like, there's like world development, you build your house and you build machines and fucking whatever, and it's just like, they stretch that, and they're like, what if it happened in like fucking real time, like Clash of Clans? Like, if you want to build a house instead of just putting the pieces down, you have a house. What if you build each fucking wall of the house, but it takes 8 minutes because fuck you, that's why. Like, it's such shit. And it's like, the whole premise of the game is that it's your real job for like 30 days. And me personally, I fucking hate that. That is the dumbest shit ever. If you play multiplayer, you have to work with others, because upgrades and building is slowed way the fuck down. You have to share it across other people's accounts. And if your friends like run what they do, like the cartel, and they can't do fair trade or distribution, you can't work together. Everyone's got to fucking monopolize their own little thing. Like, it's fucking impossible to play. Cartels will ruin the game for everyone. I was scanning out $20 fucking. Steam will still not give me the fucking refund on this game. Steam, where's my refund? Eco is a donut out of 10. Eco is honestly probably one of the worst games I've ever played. It doesn't have to end there. There's other good games too. This game I'm going to put here because I kind of don't have anywhere else to put it, and it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. I bought a MetaQuest 2 for this game, And it was like kind of surreal looking out of the plane. Like, to be honest, it was kind of worth it, but it is kind of like basically a party trick as a game. And I only played it because I basically did the $1 Game Pass, and I played this game for like 2 days, and then I canceled Game Pass because it's like a 7 out of 10. Like, it's cool to have, but like the game is huge and like it runs terribly on older computers. But like it was a cool gimmick. So now that I've kind of covered everything, we can get into the top 10 games I played this year. So for 10, we'll go into BDSP. So BDSP, I really played 2 years ago, but I didn't make a video about 2 years ago because I didn't do shit that year. So we're again, and I put most of my BDSP playtime into technically last year. BDSP is a huge fucking disappointment. Like I'm disappointed. Like, it's 10th just because of the respect I have for Gen 4. Like, I wanted BDSP to be good so bad, and the glitches were crazy. But honestly, like, I kind of liked a lot of the glitches because they made farming teams a lot easier. But like, BDSP got everyone to play Pokemon again, which is always fun. But like all my fun playing it, I think, was because of Nostalgia. Because like, if you like play this game and you're like min-max your Pokemon, it's not fun at all. It's too easy. You have to like anti-min-max to provide a challenge for yourself, because there's no, like, they have the EXP scaling of the modern games, which is crack, but they're using the level trainers of the old games, which is like so low. You used to level so low. You used to level so slowly in old Pokemon games. It's just like I don't know why no one turned their brain on and thought we have to increase like Cyrus's level. We have to increase Cynthia's level. Like, no one fucking thought that. And it's just like, they pretty much ignore all the new stuff that was added into Pokemon, except they added in a couple items, I think. There is the fairy type, but I think that's all just because of like home compatibility and shit. It's kind of silly. They avoided all the platinum choices. If they put all the platinum shit in the game and they added level scaling, this would be such a good game. But they didn't do it, so it's a 7.5 out of 10. If you want to play Gen 4, you still gotta play Platinum. It's way better in every regard. All right, so for number 9, we got Persona 4 Golden. I can make this real quick. So I borrowed this game from Romania this year so I could play the remaster. I've played the original. The original is a good game. In terms of like the actual like gameplay, when I say actual gameplay, I mean going into the dungeons and making your personas. This is way better. There's no more fucking slot machine. Thank God. Atlas knew what the fuck they were doing. They took the slot machines out of the game. So there's no more fucking slot machine of skill returns. And they reduced the RNG of whether you have enough SP to live another day. They made it bearable, which some might say will make it easy. Others might say you grind less. You don't have to fucking farm the fucking after battle card flip to get more SP so you can do the dungeon in one day, you know? And I really like JRPGs like this, so, you know, we can expect me to like this. The Margaret fight was crazy. Like, that took me days to figure out how to do. All right, number 8, we got a controversial pick. I might lose my channel for saying this one, but Slippy Online. So for legal reasons, I can't talk about this, but Slippy is netplay for a game released in 2001 for the GameCube, and it may or may not be the high-selling GameCube game, but I played a lot of Slippy last year. Holy fuck, I am so bad, but unlike another bad game on this list, I am encouraged to do better. In Slippy, it's actually fun to get better at, but like the controller cartel like made me stop. Like, I had a controller and like the thumbstick broke on it, and then I tried to like get a guy to like fix it for me, and he was like $200, and I was like, fuck you, jackass. I'm not doing it. Can't play that game right now because I don't have a controller good enough for it, and I don't want to make excuses, but I wish I did. I'll have to resolder my GameCube controller so it works good enough to play the game, but it's like 8.5. It's incredibly difficult. Like, Melee is not easy, but it's fun to master. Okay, so for number 7 on this list, we got Twilight Princess HD. Clearly, I've played Twilight Princess before on the fucking GameCube like an adult, but I've never played the HD version before. And I think I saw a gymnast video. He must have been playing the HD version, but I got bored, so I played it. HD is way better than the original every game. Like, I own this game on 3 consoles now. Like, what am I doing? And you just play through the adventure, you go through the story. Twilight Princess, of course, has the unique sword skills, which I think really stand this game apart out from the other ones. I think the sword combat in this game was taken to a really nice level that Skyward Sword tried to do better on. I think most people would agree with me on this, but maybe they don't. But the Twilight Princess combat, like sword combat, is like a lot better. It's really creative, but for like the Breath of the Wild type games, like I could see how that's a little difficult. If they added into Breath of the Wild 2, that game might actually be like the greatest game ever. But yeah, the new items are like too much of one and dones. The thing I really like about the old Zelda games is that you get like an item, you get like the arrow in the first dungeon, and you use the arrow in the whole game. Like in the last area of the game, you're using the arrow. In the first area of the game, you're using the arrow, right? The arrow never goes away. In this game, like every item is one and done. The only item that gets used the whole game is the fucking boomerang. Everything else, like it shows up, you use it, and you're done. Like the arrows in this game are like not useful enough because like you can beat the game without arrows. It's hard and you have to use some bugs, but like you don't need a quiver to beat the game, which is just fucking hilarious to me. But the new items are cool. They just need to use them more. That's my one part of it. The Cave of Ordeals is super fun in Twilight Princess. I really like that, and I really like how the wolf amiibo, which I may or may not actually have. I have the QR code thing printed out, but yeah. So like if you use the wolf amiibo, you get Cave of Ordeals, but it's wolf only. And at first I was like, that's it. But then I played it and I was like, holy shit, that was crazy. It's like I'm not very good at the game. So like it was pretty challenging for me. It's obviously a must beat for everyone on their quest to play all the games. Shit. Number 6 was Xenoblade 2. But I already talked about it. I'll just put it here. So last year at New Year's, I think I bought Xenoblade 2. I was like, Mitch, if I beat this before you have to give me the Mithrasimp account because your tweets aren't doing it and you haven't beaten the game yet. Dude owned the game for like a whole fucking year. I think he got like halfway through it. He never beat the game, right? I was like, if I beat this before you, I claim all the Mithrasimp rights. TBH, I kind of was popping off. I forced him to give up. He forfeited. He was like, I can't beat the game before this kid. So I put 200 hours into the game, and the first 100 hours was like gameplay. Like I was going through the story, I was doing my thing, right? And then I get to like the end areas of the game, and then the next 100 hours of the game are essentially paid Genshin Impact. I played the fucking lottery. Like holy fuck! Like if you remember about the Vegas segment earlier, I have serious problems with like just stopping myself from gambling. And I blame this game for doing it because this game was like the very first thing I did last year, and it's just like I put way too much fucking time in this game. You fucking roll the dice for half the game to get all the fucking characters. It's just bullshit. Like they can't. Like who thought this was a great? Why would they do that? Oh my god, it's painful. The girls are hot though, so like it is kind of worth it. This is somehow Nick Corey's like second favorite game of all time. I can give you 2 reasons, but I think this image I'm gonna put on the screen does it a lot better. Mitch still owes me the fucking Mithrasimp account. That's the whole fucking reason I put so much fucking time into the game. I even got all the fucking blades in the first playthrough, like all the ones I could, and I literally did. I think there's like 5 missing because I have to play New Game Plus, which I refuse to do until I like seriously run out of things to do. And Mitch still won't give me the fucking Twitter account. Fucking this game, 8 out of 10. This game made me a gambling addict. All right, number 5, we got Cyberpunk. The game no longer has bugs. I downloaded this game simply to actually experience ray tracing. So I put like probably like 10 hours into the game, and then I kind of put it down because I was like, maybe I want to play some other stuff. But then Noah watched the fucking anime, and he was like, yo, Cyberpunk is crazy. So then I've started playing it again, and it's a fun game. And like I just like pick it up, go around, do a few missions, and I stop. And it's like kind of fun. Like the bugs aren't there anymore. I give it an 8 out of 10. Others might. Next up on this list is Halo 1 Legendary. I feel like we might never finish this, but like the quote is true. Halo 1 and Legendary changes a man. Like the fucking library? What? Halo 1 is plot? I didn't know Halo 1 had plot until last year. Like I know shit. Noah and I like pick this game up like once every other year, and we're like, yo, we're gonna finish it. And then we beat like 3 levels, and then some bullshit happens, and we're like, nah, we're good. But like I think we're on like the second to last level now. So like we could finish it soon, but like I haven't beaten it because I'm playing on fucking Legendary and we're garbage at it. But like it's already an 8 out of 10. Like I don't see how this game could get worse than that. It's so much better than ODST, and it's kind of sad that ODST is still the only Halo game I've beaten. What am I gonna do about that? Number 3, we got Skyward Sword HD. I feel like there's a huge stigma behind this game that this is the motion control Zelda, and I'm really glad they added the stick controls, because like the motion controls are so much fun to play as, but it's kind of exhausting and it's a little tedious to do some things. You just turn on the stick controls and like the game is like it's so much more approachable, because now I can play the game in bed like the lazy fuck I am. They did everything right. Like people are like, oh, well, you buy a 2011 game in 2020, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, you can shut the fuck up. Like, they fixed the controls. Like, all this game needed for it to be good was them to fix the fucking controls. And they did, and you disregard that? My God, like, all those people who passed on Skyward Sword because they were like, I don't want to play a Zelda game that, like, you have to use the motion controls. Like, you just pick up Skyward Sword HD, turn on the button controls. I encourage you to try the motion controls, because the motion controls in the Switch version are so much better than the Wii version. Because in the Wii version, it felt like it was impossible to play sometimes. You'd be in a sword fight, swinging the shit out of your Wiimote, and then it'd get desynced, and then you'd be like, fuck, I gotta put it down, I gotta go through the fucking calibration menu. In this game, you don't deal with any of that. You press fucking Y, you're back in the action. 2 frames later, they fixed everything they had to. Does it look as good as Breath of the Wild? Not really. They should have made the graphics better. I'll be honest with this. Noah likes this game a lot, but I think he just likes Fi. Really weird. But this is probably the Zelda game with the best story. This game's still good. This is a 9 out of 10. You know, like if you can get the game for like $20, it's like a must buy. I would buy this game for $60 too. This game's awesome. If you've never played Skyward Sword, there's not a better time to play Skyward Sword other than now. For the second best game this year. This one's gonna be a little shocker. We're going all the way back to like I think 1995. It was A Link to the Past for the SNES. So if it's not clear by now, I really like the Zelda games. Once I beat A Link to the Past, I've played all the console games. So I did that last year just to hit that check mark. Just because I never did before, because it's kind of like... I played the NES games when I was in like high school. And those like kind of threw me through a loop because they're kind of awkward to like kind of play. So I just never bothered with A Link to the Past. I saw a speedrun video on it. I was like, you know what, this game looks good. I want to play the game so I understand what the fuck is going on in the GDQ videos. And like I played it and it's like holy fuck, AG Almuma was cooking in the 90s. What was he sipping on to think of this fucking masterpiece? This is fucking insane. This is such a good game. It's just like I totally get why like everyone and their mother loves the shit out of this game. This is the second best game I played this year. Like everything's a masterpiece. Like the music, bangers. The dungeons, bangers. The overworld, it's crazy. They have 2 overworlds in this game and they're both good. Items, they fucking invented the hook shot in this game. Like who the fuck? Like the Zoras, well, they didn't have Nympha yet, but like the boys went fucking ape shit. Like any Zelda game that's about the Triforce and you actually get it and you use it, it has like a top tier story. I don't know if Skyward Sword and Link to the Past prove this point really well to me, but this is a fucking 10 out of 10. Please stop playing Eco, stop playing Overwatch, stop playing fucking map games, play a real game. I present to you A Link to the Past. It was here before you're probably fucking born, and it's still better than whatever shit they're gonna put out. Whatever shit they put out last year, this is better than it. It's a fucking phenomenal game. Please play the game. Number 1, I put GTFO. So GTFO is actually my top Steam game last year. I think I didn't really put that much time into it. I think I put like 45 hours into this. I really like to give bias to things that like, I've never heard about before when I make like a ranking like this. The only downside to this game is that you do need the 3 other people. Within that 3 other people, it's really easy for coaching from other players to ruin your experience of playing the game. But it's PvE, but the environment is like a bunch of vaginas and they have a multiplication rate like Latinas. I don't know how to explain this really well, but it's like this is an incredibly challenging game. This is not easy. Is it Elden Ring hard? Probably not, because you do have 4 other people that are playing, and it's really hard to make 4-player versus environment games like ungodly difficult without a bunch of cheap bullshit everywhere. But this is like really rewarding to counter. Like you could play a level for like a week straight doing attempts, the feeling you get from actually completing it is unlike none other. You feel rewarded when you beat these levels. I'm still waiting to finish the latest rundown. They're adding in more levels. I kind of don't like how the level distribution works in this game, and I kind of fucking hate how I lost a gear from not clearing all the objectives in the first season I played of this game, but it doesn't matter. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. Read the Steam review for more. Game of the year. That's it for the fucking games.